Some days I wake up and just have no idea where my life is heading. It's in that moment that I need to find solace. I find that relief in the woods, the bitter chill of the winter air, by a hot fire in the middle of nowhere. Alright, what's up, Outdoor Junkies? It's your boy Justin, back for another Beers and Gear. Today is episode 5. Is this episode 5? Woo, buddy! Episode 5. Alright. Today we are going to cover 2 beers today and a whole bunch of gear. And these beers just so happen to be Sapporo and Asahi. Probably saying that wrong. All right, so these are the beers we're gonna sample. So these are the hottest beers per Google search in 2023. Since we're gonna be reviewing the hottest beers, we are also going to be reviewing the hottest gear, AKA cook sets, stoves, if you will, cooking devices, hot boxes. That doesn't really fit actually, but anyways, you get the picture. So let's get into it. So as always, before we look at gear, let's have a beer. All right, first thing we're gonna do is crack into the Sapporo. Let's try not to make a mess. Okay. All right, Sapporo is a Japanese beer. It was actually one of the oldest Japanese lagers. I believe started around the 1800s. It is now brewed and bottled in Canada. It's got a nice, this is a lager style beer. Hits about 4.3% ABV. Smells like a lager. This beer was crafted by one of the first German trained brewmasters in Japan. This one got, I think, about 66% on Beer Advocate, and really not much else to say about it. I'm not a lager guy per se, but so nice looking beer. It's fairly carbonated. It's got a, I don't know, a slightly skunky but malty scent to it. Let's see, what else do I got here? That's pretty much it. Okay, let's give it a sip. It's light, it's refreshing. It's definitely got that lager kind of mouthfeel to it, a little bubbly. There's really not much going on to it. It's very nondescript, you know? There's not a lot of nuances to the flavors. It's okay. It's not really my kind of beer. Yeah. All right, let's just I can see my crunching on the sound meter. All right, Asahi, super dry. This bad boy ranges between 4.9 and 5.3% alcohol. This is actually a rice lager, so this uses rice and I believe malted barley. They use a special yeast. I think it's called the Asahi number 390 something or other. Oh, excuse me. And supposedly that's what gives it its distinct carbonation and flavor profile. Already we can see the suckers a little more. I'm definitely doing a gentle pour here because I don't know how crazy these bad boys are gonna get. There's that one, there's that one. All right, very similar in color. Can definitely appreciate a little more head to it. A little bit of lacing there, that's nice. A little more of a skunky, that skunky like lager. Yeah, there's really not much else coming through. Let's give it a sip. Cheers. Cheers, buddy. Definitely dry. Yep, very dry. Really not my style of beer at all. It kind of actually is offensive a little bit to me. Sorry, anybody who likes these kind of beers. Again, this would be fine for like a barbecue. This would probably pair very nicely with a light, like a fish. Something like that. They're kind of bitter, a little skunky. There's a little more nuance to the Sapporo that I can appreciate. The Asahi, or whatever it is, which interestingly enough is brewed in Italy, I think now, is a little cleaner. There's not much on the aftertaste. It's dry on the back end. Other than that, that's about it. There's really not much going on there that tells me, you know, there's much of a flavor profile. It really doesn't do much on the palate at all. So again, really not my style of beer, but I thought it'd be interesting since these were in the top 10 Google searched beers so far in 2023. I don't know. It's kind of like, I think if you drank floor cleaner, like watered down floor cleaner, I think that's what it would taste like. I've never drinking floor cleaner before, but I've used it and I've kind of tasted it a little bit by the smell. And this is what I would imagine it would taste like if I poured myself a nice tall glass of like pine salt. Yeah, I'd have to be pretty desperate to drink that. Not a fan of that Asahi. The Sapporo I could do. I could drink a Sapporo, maybe one, but that's about it. Okay, all right, the beers are in. Okay guys, that's my take on these two beers. So Sapporo and Asahi. Japanese style lagers, not much going on there. Moderate alcohol content. If you're into that sort of thing, they're probably pretty good. I bet you there's something way better out there than these. Especially, I mean, I think I paid $2 for the Sapporo and maybe like $3 or $4 for the Asahi Super Dry. So not bad price point wise. I mean, they're very inexpensive. So if you're looking for something cheap, that's clean, easy to drink, these are probably gonna be a solid choice. So if you're ever out and you're having, they would pair with literally anything, steak, seafood. Okay, all right, let's get on to the gear part of this because that's really what we're all here for, right? I mean, beer is fine, but we wanna learn about gear. Well, what kind of gear are we talking about today, Justin? We're gonna be talking about stoves, my friend. All kinds of stoves. I have more stoves than I know what to do with. So let's look at these stoves. I'm gonna bring a couple of them up here. I have so many stoves. I have all the stoves. What kind of stove you want? You don't know. That's why you're watching this video, because you don't know what kind of stove you want. So why don't I help you pick a stove? You're welcome. I will do that for you. Okay. So there's a few different types of stove that you're gonna find, and really it's gonna kind of come down to what is it that you're doing, all right? So I have done a lot of different camping, hiking, backpacking excursions, so I've trialed various types of different cook sets, if you will, and nothing is perfect, right? There's no perfect cook set. So generally, if you're gonna find something that functions in all different weather or all different, you know, conditions, it's probably gonna be heavy. And when you find something that's super lightweight, that's very convenient and very small, it's probably not gonna function very well, or would be a little more challenging to use in, say, you know, extreme conditions, like very cold, that sort of thing. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. So let's dive into our canister fuel style. So this is your canister fuel. So this one is a propane, what is this? Isobutane propane blend. This is typically what you're gonna find at your outdoor store. You can get these in much larger vessels, if you will. And this one is specifically for the Jetboil. Well, it's not specific. This one will use any canister style stove will use this isobutane propane blend, okay? And two of the stoves that you're gonna see that will use this are gonna be your Jetboil, okay? And let's bust this bad boy out. Oh, look at that, I have one in, whoosha, okay, perfect. So the Jetboil has some pretty unique technology which allows it to be a jet boil. It boils very fast, so you can boil, I wanna say, upwards to a couple of cups of water in about a minute or less. I wanna say I've done, what is this, what's it, 2 cups? Yeah, so there's a 2-cup line in there. It's this patented kind of like heat dissipator that they've got built onto the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. All right, so basically this one, here's your actual stove. All right, this is where the fuel canister is going to connect to. Make sure it's closed here. All right, so a nice little stand that comes with it here. All right, so a little tripod, 3-legged stand. And then your Jetboil vessel here, your water vessel, locks into place. So this is another really nice feature of the Jetboil. Everything's connected, okay? So it's very stable, very sturdy. And then you've got this this little decal here is actually a temperature. This will change orange when everything is boiling here. Let me just bring this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, Jetboil. Okay, so that's a fuel canister style stove. Next thing here is the MSR Microrocket. Now the MSR Microrocket, I believe that's what this is. It's an MSR. I want to say it's called the Microrocket. All right. So the Microrocket, very similar setup, okay? But then, Justin, how do I boil my water, you say? I've got you covered, my friend. Here, let's move this out of the way here. I will show you. We'll talk about this later. Whew, everything smells like fire. There you go. So you're gonna need a pot of some sort. This is an aluminum pot. It's graduated, so it's got the volume inside there, which I really like, because if you're measuring out backpacking meals, they usually tell you put this much water in. You can guesstimate based on your cup size, but these are nice to have the graduated ones in there so you know exactly how much you're putting in here. All right, so, and then this one, I do recommend a lid. Significantly reduces boil time. And then another thing you can do, especially if you're out in adverse conditions, is make a windshield of some sort. So by adding that in there, you're gonna reduce boil time, you know, increase the rate at which your water will heat up by eliminating wind and things that'll reduce the heat transfer to your pot. So, all right, so there we go. We have 2 canister style stoves. All right. Oh, I'm doing this for you. This is totally for you guys. Hope you appreciate it. Oh, sorry. I'm sure if I was eating food or something, it wouldn't be so bad. Not my thing. Okay. I just don't want to waste a beer. Alright, what the heck is this? I have no idea. Looks like garbage. No, this is a stove. What kind of stove, you ask? I'm gonna tell you. This is a homemade alcohol stove. This one I'll light. I'll light this one. Okay. Let's do this. All right, so this is actually made out of, this is a pop can stove. You can make them out of cat food cans, pop cans, beer cans. This is actually made out of a Rockstar. Oh, excuse me. If you're interested in how I made this, this is definitely a video I will be happy to make for you. They're not hard to make at all. These are super light. It weighs literal nothing. Your pot goes right on there. You can make a stand or whatever. Some people make stands, or you can use like a smaller. Obviously, it doesn't have to be this honking thing. But anyway. Okay, so you're going to use alcohol. So this is denatured alcohol. And basically what you're gonna do is squirt a little bit in there. And then I usually prime the outside just a smidge here. Fire in the hole. Maybe I didn't put enough in there. Nope, probably not. Wait. Oh, it's lit. Okay, that's definitely a problem. All right. Okay, there's so much light here you actually cannot see it. Oh, is it lit still? What did I do? All right. All right, it's out. Hang on, let's do this again. Ooh, I know what I'll do. Okay. She's a lit. Okay, ready? Can you see it? Okay. This is a terrible idea. Don't do this at home. This is hot. Okay. My hopes are that this goes out. Okay, kids, don't do that at home. I'll put that over there. So that is an alcohol stove, and you can buy pre-made alcohol stoves, and you can also build them. So again, if that's something you're interested in seeing, I would be happy to make a how-to video on how to make one of those bad boys. They're super easy, and you're recycling. So I mean, it's cool. It's a win-win. The pros to an alcohol stove: they're super lightweight. They're very convenient in the aspect that if you bring enough, it doesn't take much fuel to boil a little bit of water, And if you bring, a large volume of fuel, it'll last forever. And the nice thing is that you can refill just about anywhere. Denatured alcohol, you can find it pretty much any hardware store, Walmart, that sort of thing. So that aspect of it, the fuel, is easy to get a hold of. A lot of pros. The cons to them are, it does take a lot longer to boil a little bit of water. They don't get super hot. The fuel does not work well in cold weather. So if you think you're gonna take that out on a winter camping trip, you are wrong. So one of the big things you gotta understand is that fuel, the ability of it to take a flame is severely reduced as the temperature starts to drop. So one of the things you wanna do is keep the fuel close to your body, keep it warm, and ensure that it doesn't get too cold. And another thing that you can do with it is create like kind of a priming pad, either with a piece of tin foil. Again, the big thing is keeping the fuel warm. No matter what you do, if that fuel gets cold, it's not gonna take a flame. So yeah, there's that. Next thing is going to be, all right, so let's talk extreme conditions here. I'll make sure this thing's out. Okay, it's out. This is my MSR Whisperlite multi-fuel. So, all right. So this bad boy is exactly as the name implies. All right. As you can see right off the bat, this is not a compact stove. So let's bring this up here for everybody to see. Okay, this is not a compact stove. What you're gonna get with this though is a stove that works in just about any conditions. This is a stove that if I'm going anywhere that I am even remotely unsure of what the weather conditions or whatever is gonna be like, I will bring this. I will pack this sucker in. I don't care about the weight, size, whatever, and I'll bring an extra canister of fuel, because the last thing you wanna do is not be able to cook food, boil water, whatever. This thing will use, just with a simple adjustment, one of the little jets in here, there's a lot of soot on it, you can change the fuel type. So right now I'm using, I think it's kerosene in here, but unleaded fuel, kerosene, basically anything, any type of gasoline, Coleman fuel, whatever that stuff is. I think that actually that's what's in here. It's Coleman fuel, which I believe is kerosene. So pros, it will work in literally any conditions. It is a very good boil time. So if you're boiling water for food or for emergency purposes, you're good to go. You're gonna have water in a minute or two, up to a couple cups. Also, large fuel canisters. These suckers will last you quite a while as long as you're not doing anything crazy. And you don't just leave it running for no reason. Another thing too, you got gasoline, if you're using unleaded fuel, and you can, suck it out of your car if you have to. But if you have a car with gas in it, then you probably aren't in an emergency situation. I would think, but who knows? I don't know. Who knows what you guys are doing out there? You're crazy. You're outdoor junkies, right? I'll drink to that. Cons, it's big. The sucker's big. This one in particular, I bought this off eBay, so this is really nice. I got a deal on this. And then you can buy the field maintenance kit, which is really nice. It's such a nice stove. So you do want to replace your O-rings. Like, this is a fully user maintenanceable stove. Oils and things for the plungers, all the new jets, O-rings, tools, everything's in here. It's a really, really nice setup. Instructions on how to do it. And then there's also a circular piece of heavy duty foil that goes on the bottom. And then this is your windscreen, right? Like that. Okay. There you go. All right, so that is the MSR Whisperlite. Oh, this is something that I take only in extreme conditions, deep winter camping. I know I can trust this stove to do what it's supposed to do, which is make heat. So just kind of a review of the different stoves here. So we've got our MSR Whisperlite, which is a multi-fuel. Again, you can use basically any type of gasoline, kerosene, Coleman, that type of fuel. We've got the canister style fuel stoves. Okay, it's cold now. And then you've got your alcohol stove. All right, so this is again something that's going to use the denatured alcohol. And just a couple of other things, if you go with the Jetboil, Jetboil has a lot of really nice, let's move some of this stuff out of the way here, so you probably can't see anymore. Jetboil has a lot of really nice add-ons that you can get. This is the beauty of doing this all in one take. It's just a disaster, but I can edit it all out so nobody knows. Yeah. Just seems seamless when you watch it. Oh. Anyway, yeah. There we go. Okay. Holy crap. Oh, I got more stuff. Wow, I got all kinds. Jesus. Okay. So that would go on there like that. And then you also got this. Same thing. That would go on there like that. Cool little sticker. Okay. Well, I mean, holy crap, that's a lot of stuff. I don't know what else to say about that. So yeah, recap. Sapporo and Asahi Super Dry, not my jam. Good beer. It's fine. You might like it. It's just not my thing. Stoves, that's my thing. I've got a lot of them. You may have noticed. It's cool, it's okay. I'll be fine because I can cook food no matter what happens. I will siphon fuel out of your car to boil water. You better watch yourself. Yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And again, if you want to see this alcohol stove build, let me know. Drop a comment below. Also, my koozie. You'll probably see this in some upcoming videos. And, you know, I don't know what else to say about that. I'm gonna eat a pretzel, drink some beer. Yeah. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of this. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, next one is going to be my first guest. Booyah, buddy, I'm super excited. And after that, who knows? Who friggin' knows? But thanks for showing up. Peace. Love ya.